listening to DORiS Radio.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
You're listening to DORiS Radio
DORiS
on
Radio
WHCP.
WHCP 101.
Welcome back to DORiS Radio. You are in the mix with JMor Life. This is WHCP, a great place to be. What's up, Cambridge, Maryland? Shout out to the groove.
Hey. How we doing, y'all?
Good. How about yourself, man?
Awesome, man. I am, it's super dope to get to catch up with you guys on the air. And we were speaking a bit earlier about you both are in therapy now, and that our overarching theme for this season is mental health. And I'd love to know what has been the biggest takeaway that you've gotten from your experience in therapy, or how long you've been doing it, and what is your biggest takeaway?
Can we circle back to that question? I want to give you your roses really quickly, man, because I just want to thank you for opening this platform. There are a lot of artists that you have opened the door for with this platform, man. So I just want to appreciate you. When it comes to self-care, man, a lot of people don't hear it enough, like what they really do to motivate and push people. So in this like atmosphere, I just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing. It means a lot, bro.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for sharing your time and sharing your life.
Thank you. All right, I forgot that question just that fast.
Oh, no, what has been the biggest takeaway from your experience in therapy? And how long have you been doing it? And what has been the biggest thing you've learned from it?
So, therapy, I've been doing it consistently for the past year. What I've taken away is that a lot of the things that I deal with are just the way I internalize a lot of things. Like I overthink and I blame myself for a lot, even things that don't make sense. So one of the things that I learned is sometimes I just need to walk away and just think. Instead of overreacting. I mean, controlling my emotions for a long time was something that I've really had a problem dealing with, because I can go from 0 to 100 very easily. And it's nothing serious, but it's just like I can get so passionate in the moment about things, or so upset, and it's so silly, like looking back at it now, because I have the tools that I need, but it's just like, it's the artist in me, I guess, or the Leo in me. But that's the biggest takeaway that I have, that, sometimes you just have to pause and really digest a situation. So what I've learned is, like, if I'm in a situation, I check in with myself. How does this make me feel? And if it makes me feel a certain type of way, then I have to come back to it. I can't give an answer. And I've gotten a lot of, confused, like, responses because of it, but I'll come back and give you an honest, accurate answer. But that's what I've learned in therapy, and that's so important, because I think in the Black community, one of the things we weren't taught was, especially in work settings, was how to really control emotions and how to correlate oneself in a work environment. We were taught how to take care of ourselves and everything like that, but not taught how to respond in emotionally charged situations to a certain extent. It's really easy to give up and be like, oh, I quit, whatever, blah, 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 and cuss somebody out. But we have to save face sometimes and learn to control our emotions. Once we can control our emotions, the world can be our oyster. Is that how it goes? The pearl?
The world is your oyster.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. The world is our something. I really think as a whole, once, as far as, I'm glad you're doing this segment, because I do think that that's one of the things that's really holding back the Black community. I think once we address our mental health issues, we can take another step forward in the right direction.
Amen. Come on, man. What you mean?
I would say for me, is trying to eliminate my passive voice. So a lot of times, because I've been in retail for so long, and because that's what I did before I was in teaching, and then even with teaching, especially being a Black male in a lot of rooms where I'm the only black male, it's like you got to put that face on. And with my therapist, she was like, you can still say no. You can still have a voice. What's the worst that could possibly happen if you do speak your voice? And I think a lot of it too is like when I first realized that I needed to go to therapy was just letting things, you know, pile up and boil up on me to the point. Not you rubbing my back now. Letting things pile up on me and then being very overwhelmed. So case in point, we both got hit with something as far as like our process to get our masters, and we're like, what? Like, this just came out of nowhere. So like I let that affect my entire summer based off of that piece of information that ended up not being true to begin with. So it was like, in order to get to the next part of your program, you had to pass a certain test, which wasn't true. And it's just like, really, y'all just did that to us? But my therapist was like, well, if you fail the test, what's gonna happen? Gotta take it again. Okay, is it the end of the world? No. Anybody pass? Anybody in your family or immediately to you be affected? It's just you. Do it again, you know? So it really, shifting your perspective on certain things, because I really let like that take over, you know, my mood and my summer. So
Like, listen.
So yeah, just changing my perspective. And then I feel like in my relationship, because I wasn't in a relationship for 5 years, you know, before I got with Erica, and now we're in year 3 going into year 4. It's like being able to validate other people's feelings, you know, because you have this mindset of, well, oh, I think this way, so it should be that way. But it's like you can't, you know, invalidate somebody else's feeling. Yeah, there has to be a compromise and be able to, if that's the way that she feels, that's the way that she feels, you know, and it's not my place to try to change that. So I'm still learning that till this day, but you know, I'm getting better, because for 5 years I was by myself and I was set in my ways. So I'm learning that now.
I mean, I think that's awesome. You know, it's like that's what I feel is the gift of therapy. It shows us we're able to highlight those things. You know, you sit here at your various respective points in your own therapy journeys, but you have all these things that you've learned about yourself, of this growth that you've attained over what is a very short span of time.
Right.
And so it's like, you know, just I think it's inspiring to see people like yourselves, people in the community, creatives, people, educators out here taking the time to make sure that your mental is good as well as your physical. And people need to see that. And so, you know, I salute you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me, what is a source of love for you? Whoever wants to go first.
Rubs. Like a good massage. Rubs.
Rubs.
Like, by source of love, what do you mean?
I love that. That's an excellent answer.
Oh, that, just being near. I love it. He doesn't have to be all over me. He doesn't have to be like talking to me. I love it when he is in the next room and I can just hear him on the computer pressing, or like on his computer pressing keys. I love that. Like, I'm not lovey-dovey all the time, but it's like the best. When we were in Salisbury and we had the studio, and there were 2 parts to the studio. You remember?
Yes.
The Lions Den. He was in the music part, and I was in the visual part. And I would just lean up against the wall and just listen to him like play his music. That was love. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
I love those moments, because that's when he's tuned into his true nature. The vibe is there. Like, I love seeing him do his thing. That to me is like when everybody is in their element and everyone's happy. I think that's the truest source of love. And rubs, John.
Beautiful, yo.
I would have to agree. You know how people have that attraction to like maybe police officers or people in uniform. I have that attraction when she's like in her element, like doing photography or art, and it's just like, yeah. So like I would say the same thing, just being not necessarily, you know, being right beside her, but like being around her when she's in her element and I'm in my element, because I always make that joke, if she's the eyes, I'm the ears, you know.
I love that. I love that.
So it's dope to be able to complement each other, and
Two parts
also
of a whole.
yeah, and have to see like she has that same drive that I have too. That's very attractive to me. To be able to go after her goals and aspirations as an artist, from an artist. So yeah, definitely.
Beautiful, man.
So that's what love is to me.
All right,
Wow.
y'all. My final question for you guys is more of a statement. Complete the sentence for me. Someday I'll.
Someday, my work will be in a golden frame.
Someday I will be a successful artist on my terms.
Amen.
Success.
And success looks different for everybody, so that's why I say it that way.
Yo, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Until next time, this has been Jonathan and Erica.
JMor Life.
Yo, JMor. Guys, tell us.
Oh, yeah, let's plug.
Tell us where we can find you all online.
The best place to find me is you can go to my website, dreamimagesonline.com. I am also on Instagram. I did take a break because I was in school, but feel free to hit me up on Instagram, and I will get back to you.
And you also have your website too, right?
Yeah, I said that. Dream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
www.dreamimagesonline.com.
Cool. So for me, you can find me. The easiest place to probably find me is Instagram. So it's JMorLyfe, JMor Life. You can also Google that. All of my music will come up that way. So Apple Music, Spotify, yeah, all the major platforms. That's where you can find me. So yeah, just Google that name once again, JMor Life, and all of my links should come up.
Awesome, man.
It's cool to say that as an adult. Google me.
All right.
Thank y'all so much.
Oh, and that's cool that Marco's face is like one of the first faces that you see on your website.
That was literally
That picture is
that
lit.
just happened. That's the way the
That's
design
epic,
is.
man. I remember that. I was at the Lions Den.
Yeah.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP
You're listening to
101.
DORiS Radio on
You're listening to
WHCP.
DORiS Radio
DORiS
on
Radio on
WHCP.
WHCP 101.